2 years ago, when the notebook I carried was red. No holes in my About 2 years ago, when the notebook I carried was red. No holes in my jeans and a whole lot of dreams in my head. Sat on a train with my life in a bag by my feet. Music in my headphones making me one with the seat. Watching the windows, changing the form of the land. Trees turn to buildings and pavements rise up from the sand. And the smells of the city seep in through the holes in the wall. Fill my nose with adventure like nothing that I've smelled before. But it's now 2 years later and my head is stuck in this frame. Sat at a windowsill racing the droplets of rain. The drops they have stopped and don't look like they'll start up again. And I'm just sat at a window wishing I was back on that train. The back of the bus is flooded with light from the sun, shedding light on my head and the memories of things that I've done. Heading westward I guess on this road, cause who knows where it ends. It may lead to success, it may lead to the bestest of friends. It may lead to danger, it may lead to a hole in the ground. But that's the adventure, so wherever I'm led, or I'm bound. The sounds of the bus make vibrations that I feel inside. A rumble in the left of my chest that means I'm alive. But it's now 2 years later and my head is filling with dust. Sat at a windowsill racing the droplets of mist. But the drops they have stopped and it looks like they've had enough. And I'm just sat at a windowsill wishing I was back on that bus. I took the posters and photographs down from my wall, put them in a pile with the rest of my things on the floor. Took down the seats, made them flat in the back of Dad's car, and piled on top all the things I would need for the year. And as we took to the road, took one last look at where I grew up, at the trees and the mountain, the school and the pump and the shop. We talked as we drove, and we made jokes and we laughed, as we took the piss out of the big army trucks that we passed. In the sun it was shining, oh, as the car came to a slow. And we pulled up outside of a place I would call home. But it's now 2 years later and I'm stuck hugging this guitar. Sat at a windowsill racing drops lit up by stars. But the drops they have stopped despite not even getting that far. And I'm just sat at a window wishing I was back in that car. And it's now 2 years later and my head is stuck in this frame. Sat at a windowsill racing the droplets of rain. But the drops they have stopped and don't look like they'll start up again. And I'm just sat at a window wishing I was back in that car, on that bus, on that bike, on that plane, on the back of that horse, on that train.